Hey everyone, welcome to NimsTV, the tutorial show where we teach you how to build something awesome in Minecraft. The other week, we learned how to build a small personal use sugarcane farm. A link will be on the screen and in the description. Today, we're going to be looking at a much larger farm designed to supply you with sugarcane in bulk. This will be great for villager trading or supplying an entire server with sugar. In step 1, we'll be laying the foundation for our bulk sugarcane farm. You can use either podzol, grass, or regular dirt. I am going to be making this 7 wide, but this thing can be infinitely wide. I mean, as long as it's in a loaded chunk, of course. And it can be as small as just 1 or 2 blocks wide. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to place down your podzol, grass, dirt from now on in a straight line. Then behind the dirt we're going to place some pretty blocks. These are your aesthetically chosen blocks to make sure it looks nice. Then we're going to be filling this up with water, and if you are building this extremely long, I'd recommend using ice instead, because it'll be much easier to handle in bulk. Then we need to cover that water like so, and then we need to place down our chest and then filter a bunch of hoppers into the back of that chest, and I'm able to place these hoppers by holding shift. So at the end of step 1, you should have something that looks like this. In step 2, we'll be adding the harvest pistons, so we'll need to come over here to the side, place a junk block, then we need to place 2 sticky pistons facing forward like so, and then we just need to build these as wide as you have dirt, or as many sugarcane wide as you wanted. So I have 7, so this sticky piston array will be 7 wide. Then just fill this in with your aesthetic block of choice, and you'll be good to go. In the next step, we'll be adding our bud switch, but before we do that, we do need to go ahead and add the sugarcane in. Then over here on the side, I'm going to be building mine on the right side, but you could build yours on the left. It just matter of preference. We need to put a regular piston facing backwards, a piece of redstone dust here, a redstone repeater set to a 4-tick delay facing outward from that block, a solid block off the front of that redstone repeater, then a redstone torch, and then another regular piston on top of that torch. Then in between these 2 pistons, we need to place a redstone block. Now, this is your very typical bud switch. What's happening right now is this redstone block is powering this redstone dust. The redstone dust is then powering this block and this block. We'll look at this block first. This block is then moving the power to this repeater. The repeater is powering this block to the torch, shuts the torch off, thus keeping this piston off. Now this redstone's powering this block, which should be powering this piston, but the piston doesn't know that it's powered because it only checks that it's being powered once it's updated. So that's how it works to act as a block update detection. So once this sugarcane here grows, it'll update this piston, and then this bud switch will detect that update happen, and it'll move the redstone block, and we take advantage of that current out of this repeater. So then we need to turn that into a way of powering this piston array. So we need to take a redstone torch here, place a block like so, then we need to have a block here, and a block here, and a block here. And now this is going to be the very basic pattern that you are going to repeat all the way down this. So we need a repeater here, redstone dust there and there. And so now, as long as you built this, however long that may be, you need to repeat this pattern. So I'll keep doing it on camera here. There's a lot of buttons. So then I'm adding them in here, and now I don't need to put the repeater here because I'm not continuing the current onwards. So then I'm just going to put a piece of redstone dust at the very end. So now you can see when this sugarcane were to grow, the bud switch can detect it, and then it sends that signal outward, which would destroy all the rest of the sugarcane and be picked up by our hoppers. In step 4, we're going to be adding the containment. This prevents the sugarcane from flying out when it is gathered. So we just need to take our aesthetically chosen block here, and as you're building, if you update that bud switch, it's totally fine. I've given you a resettable bud switch. It'll never break. So we need to build up our walls around this so that way our sugarcane can grow to 2 tall. So we can see there's our 3 tall sugarcane. So right there, that is going to be our roof. So if I can talk today, so we can just continue to build this onward like so. Then we want to add the glass in the front, and I'll finish doing this off camera. In step 5, I now want to explore what makes this, in my opinion, one of the most versatile and powerful sugarcane farms. So we're going to look at first how it stacks. So right now we've got our 3 tall sugarcane. You can go ahead and place your dirt podzol grass right on top of that. And then you just need to come around to the sides and build that same water containment here like you did in step 1. If I can place my block. And then you would just fill in your water, and then let me grab some sugarcane. You can see that would fit perfectly fine there. Then you would just repeat steps 1 through 4 and add this upwards as long as you want. It'll all work. You don't need to put extra hoppers here because whenever the blocks at the top are destroyed, for example, if this wall had continued upwards, when this would be destroyed, it would be pushed forward, it would hit this glass wall, and then fall down straight into the hoppers. So there's no need for more hoppers than just that there. Now, if you're looking to get the biggest bang for your buck as far as rates per space, you would want to take out this wall. You'd want to, I'm not going to do it because it'll take too much time on camera, but you would want to adjust these hoppers so that way they all feed into this frontward spot here. So into this chest, and we can destroy all these. I would replace these with glass, but it's not required. And then we would want to take this out and then add our podzol in here. And then repeat step 1 by coming out, adding the water like so. And then repeating steps 1, 2, and 3 as high as you want. Now the note with this version is you will need to add a hopper train coming down the back here, like so, and make sure that these are all connected. I'm not being as careful as I should be, but I'm trying to do this on camera quickly as to not waste your time. So you would want these to all be connected, and the reason why you need to make sure that there's a hopper on each level now is when, say, this sugarcane is destroyed, it'll get pushed forward. Say it's a higher level. It'll get pushed forward, and rather than, if there weren't hoppers here, it would just fly across and land on the other side. That's not good for your rates. That's not good for your world lag. So you need to have these hoppers here to suck it up as it's flying across, and then that will move it down and into this bottom chest. Well, that's it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching, everyone, and don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe for more. This has been Nims Toots, and hopefully it didn't stink. We'll see you next time.